Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for week 5 of our New Year's challenge. We will begin on the floor. Our legs can be crossed or out in front of us, whatever feels more comfortable for you. Our intention for this week is to listen to our bodies and to reconnect with the cues and the sensations that our body gives us to make choices that help our bodies function properly. Whether it's eating nourishing foods, drinking water, getting sleep, getting some rest, it's important to pay attention to what our body really needs and is telling us. If we do not pay attention to our bodies, this is where diseases and illnesses come in. So to prevent all of that, we will be really focusing on listening to what our body is trying to tell us. I'll give you guys about 20 seconds to really just let that sink in. Take deep breaths, really relax and feel from inside your body. Guys, you can start opening your eyes, and we'll begin by raising our arms overhead, giving our upper back a stretch. Hold for a few breaths, and on your out breath, begin to cactus your arms and then stretch back out. Do a few more of these on your own breath, breathing in, extending, breathing out, cactus your arms. Finish up your last one here. And now begin to stretch your neck from side to side. Now we can begin to do half neck circle rolls. Make sure you're taking long, deep breaths and just letting go of all your worries, all your stresses. Take your right hand to your left knee and begin to stretch into a spinal twist. Come back to center, and now take your left hand to your right knee and begin to twist. Come back to center, and now we'll begin to do some wrist circles. Go from one direction to the other and move your fingers around, whatever feels good for you. Extend your left arm out and pull your fingers back with your right hand for a forearm stretch. Now face your hand down for a wrist stretch. Other side, forearm stretch. Now face your hand down for a wrist stretch. Let's move into a tabletop position for cat-cows. Inhaling, curving your back for cow. Exhaling, curling your back for cat. Do these on your own count, your own breath. Invite movement into your shoulders, your neck, and your hips, whatever feels natural and good for you. Finish your last set here, and then come into a tabletop position. From here, you're going to come down as slow as you can, and then move into a cobra pose. If up dog is in your practice, you can begin to lift your thighs off the floor. Slowly bring everything down, resting one ear on the floor. Press up into cobra once more, or up dog. Take a deep breath here, and now begin to curl over your toes for down dog. Push back on your hands as much as possible, and feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to have a straight back. Bend your knees, coming into a tabletop. Place your toes together, bring your hips back, and sink down into child's pose. We'll be here for a few breaths, and we can send our body love and gratitude. Start pushing yourself up back into tabletop and then pick your knees off the floor for down dog. Raise your right leg up for three-legged dog and then tuck it into your chest, bringing it forward for runner's lunge. Take any variation of runner's lunge that feels good for you. Begin to raise your knee off the floor if it's on the floor, and then raise your arms overhead for warrior one. Now do little pulses here, waking up your hamstrings and your quads. Bring it all back down to the floor. Now scoot your hips back for half split. Shift forward into your runner's lunge and bring that right leg back up for three-legged dog. Then come down and bring your left leg up for three-legged dog. Begin to tuck your left knee into your chest and bring it forward for runner's lunge. Lift your right knee off the floor if it's there, and now bring your arms overhead for warrior one. And we're going to do little pulses on this side now, waking up our quads and our hamstrings. Bring everything back down into runner's lunge, and then scoot your hips back for half split. Shift back into runner's lunge. Now bring that leg up for three-legged dog. And now bring it down for down dog. And now slowly walk your feet up to your hands and come into standing. Raise your arms overhead, really giving yourself a stretch. And then come back down, touching your toes. Place your hands on your shin and straighten out your back. Take a deep breath. On your exhale, come down and touch your toes again. Sweep your hands, arms overhead once more. And begin creating arm circles. Start going the opposite way. Now begin turning your body from side to side, picking up your heels. All right, guys, let's take a few deep breaths. Let's close our eyes, hands to our side, and begin shifting your weight around to find your center point of gravity. All right, I'll give you guys about 20 seconds to really reconnect with your body here. Feel that awareness, feel those sensations, and enjoy and feel grateful for having your wonderful body. All right, guys, just a few more seconds here and we'll get into our HIIT. Great job, guys. Our warm-up is done. Let's move on to our HIIT. We have 8 exercises for our first cycle and 4 exercises for our second. Great job, guys. We're all done with our first cycle. We only have 4 exercises left in this workout, and then we can relax and stretch and get to Shavasana. You guys are doing great. This is our last exercise, so give it your all. Even if you can't reach your toes, I want you to go up as high as you can and keep yourself moving throughout the whole entire 30 seconds. You got this. Let's move it. Let's get it. Let's go. Great job, guys. We're all done with our workout. Let's start jogging in place and shifting from side to side, getting that heart rate down. Turn towards your right and begin doing arm circles with your right arm. And now do your left arm. Be sure you're still shifting from side to side. Let's start doing some body twists. Be sure you're pivoting the balls of your feet from left to right. Come into a low squat and then raise your arms overhead as you come up. Tuck your right knee into your chest for a glute stretch. Roll out your ankle. And now bring it back for a quad stretch. Now let's give your left glute a stretch and roll out that ankle. Now bring that leg back for a quad stretch. Bring that leg down. Now we can start doing some neck stretches, moving our neck from side to side, and then doing little half circles. Great job, guys. Now let's move on to the floor and do some supine pigeons. I'm going to lay flat. We're going to cross one ankle over opposite knee. And you can keep it here, or if you need more of a stretch, thread your arms, grabbing your knee and bringing it to your chest. Great, now let's do our other side. Awesome job, guys. Now let's bring both feet to the floor and we'll begin to raise our hips up and hold it here for a few seconds. Now come down and then once again raise it up and hold. Do this a few more times on your own count. Great job, guys. Let's get into a tabletop position for some cat-cows. Here you'll just go on your own count and move as feels comfortable for you and create any kind of movement that feels good.